Sports Video Group's Jason Dackman. We're at the NAB Show in Las Vegas, and Grass Valley, always one of the big exhibitors here at the show. I'm here with Tim Banks, Chief Revenue Officer for Grass. Tim, thanks so much for taking the time to join us.
Oh, it's a pleasure, Jason. Thank you for the opportunity.
So this year you guys have plenty of news, but let's start with more of the philosophical conversation. Grass is a very different company than they were 5 years ago, no question about it. How has GV Media Universe and the AMP platform changed your identity, and how has the industry embraced it and reacted to those developments?
I think at GV we recognize that the industry is going through a transformation. And so for us to remain leaders, for us to remain relevant for our clients, we have to transform too. A big part of that has been the launch and maturation of the GV Media Universe, a platform based on AMP, where we really have seen an acceleration in terms of the adoption of cloud-enabled technologies. But really, from our perspective, it's not just solely around cloud. It's really the shift from hardware to software-defined workflows. I always liken it to a capture curve, where in 2020 it was all about increased awareness about what software-defined workflows can enable, particularly with the impact of COVID.
Right.
21 was more about acceptance, so we were involved in endless numbers of proof of concepts for clients wanting to really extend and evaluate the capabilities of the systems that we develop. 22 really was personified by adoption, and 23 we've just seen an acceleration of that adoption across the industry. And as we mentioned in the presentation this evening, some of the biggest names, some of the highest profile events and content are putting their faith and their trust in Grass Valley, as they have done for the last 60 years.
Sure, yeah, and I mean, it's exciting to see organizations like CBS Sports, launch a channel essentially based on AMP. Yeah, very cool stuff. So we are at the NAB Show, and let's be honest, everybody wants to hear announcements. So what are some of the big news items, whether it be AMP related or not, that Grass Valley will be announcing at the show here?
Well, naturally, a lot of the attention, a lot of the messaging will be around AMP, but we shouldn't forget, of course, the hardware part of the portfolio, which represents realistically the lion's share of our business today. And so at NAB 23 we'll be launching the latest generation of the LDX 100 series of cameras, the Compact 135, which has all of the features of its big brother, the LDX 135, but in the smaller, more compact form factor. As well as these latest developments in the camera portfolio, we've also got the latest generation production switching capability with the brand new Cayenne panel with increased intuitive touch panel capabilities, as well as the latest generation XP mainframe itself with the new I/O capability, including native JPEG XS support.
Sure. Yeah. And on the AMP side, you guys have some interesting developments too. The on-prem AMP option sounded super interesting to me.
Well, when we looked at the acceptance of AMP, again, it's similar to the themes that we've expressed through this evening's presentation around really listening to client feedback. And there are some clients that have already made the decision to go all in on public cloud. And that's great, because that's a workflow, that's a deployment model that AMP supports wholeheartedly. But there are other clients, other regions, other use cases where requiring continuous connectivity to the cloud is an obstacle, right. Or at best an objection that we needed to find a way to handle. And so yeah, here at NAB 23 we're launching AMP Local, which is the same microservices-based architecture, the same apps, but able to work in an entirely offline capability. So truly demonstrating the full hybrid capability, whether it's on-prem, private data center, or public cloud deployments. The AMP ecosystem supports all three.
Cool. So that's the products, but you guys also are highlighting a philosophical change in terms of how you deal with your customers, how you deal with the community at large. Tell us a little bit about what GV1 is and why you guys felt it was important.
Sure, absolutely. We recognize that the industry is changing, and it's changing fast. We feel an opportunity and also a responsibility to lead the industry again through this latest phase of transformation. But we recognize that we can't do it alone. And so one of the key themes and taglines through this evening's presentations has been better together. And that's really about embracing the insights and the requirements of our lead clients, our lead advisors, including the Customer Council with Dell Parks as the chairman, and also our alliance partners and our key strategic systems integrator and reseller partners. What we also recognize is the need to really support our clients through this pretty fundamental transformation that they're having to go through, that we need to reinvent our client engagement model and be more intimate in terms of our real deep knowledge and understanding of their operational workflows, so we can be the best technology provider and partner we can through their entire customer experience journey, all the way from pre-sales, solutions architect, consultancy, through to project deployment, and all the way through in-life support.
Sure. And that's where GV1 comes in. Lots of very cool stuff. We're excited to check out the booth. And Tim, congratulations on the evolution that is taking place, and excited to see what Grass Valley has up next.
Thanks very much, Jason. Really appreciate it.
So for more news from the NAB Show, check out sportsvideo.org, as well as our Sports Tech Live from NAB blog.